Russian and Chinese military weaponry is much sought after in African countries. According to a recent report from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, sales from China's defense industrial and technology base continue to rise across the continent, surpassing those of Russia, particularly in Sub-Saharan Africa, where they account for 19% of the market. China is ensuring this, while the conflict in Ukraine is swallowing Russian armaments manufacturers' output. During a session before the French National Assembly on the security danger in Africa, General Jacques Langlade de Montgros, Director of Military Intelligence, described Beijing's strategy in Africa. China, to defend its interests and appear as a responsible power, deploys military offerings for the benefit of African states. It does so in three forms: increased engagement in UN peacekeeping operations, deepening defense relations with almost all African countries, and exporting arms to African states, he said. There has been a Chinese base in Djibouti for a few years now, and China is now trying to establish a base on the Atlantic coast, he added. Regarding the wishes of African states regarding armaments, continued General Jack, we note that the equipment used is becoming increasingly lethal and sophisticated, but we must be aware of the strengths and weaknesses of the support that our competitors provide in terms of armaments, he emphasized. While this equipment is quite competitive, in light of the limited budgetary resources of some African states, they can be disappointing. Some countries are disappointed with this equipment. On the one hand, they are not always efficient. This is particularly the case with Chinese armaments that do not meet the initial expectations of their buyers. On the other hand, there is not always operational maintenance, especially for Russian equipment, as Russia is currently focusing on its own needs to the detriment of equipment sold to African countries, explained General Langlade de Montgros. Now, do you think Chinese military equipment is inferior, or the French are jealous? Let us know in the comments. We discuss such interesting subjects every day. Please subscribe to the channel and share and like the videos.